Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you focus your attention over our head table, I'm going to hand over to the father of the bride for a toast. Let's give him a big round of applause. Here he is.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming and sharing this. We're so blessed to have all you guys in our lives. And so, I know it sounds a little crazy, but I had this dream. And so, me and my family are living in rural Alaska. And Abby is taking flying lessons. And if you know Abby, yeah, you know that's exactly what she would be doing if we lived in Alaska, right? And so it was, her instructor told her, you know, Abby, this is your first time, you can take the plane by yourself. And she was so excited, so she gets in the plane, and she like starts taxiing, but she taxis it out of the airport and into the surrounding neighborhood. And she's taxiing down, and through some miscommunication, I really thought that, you know, the first time that she would want to take her dad, her first time flying solo, and I see her leaving down the side street of the airport with the airplane, and I'm on, like, if you're a child of the 70s, remember those little mini bikes with the little wheels and the lumber in? So, like, I am on this little motorbike, and I'm like putzing along trying to catch up to her, thinking, oh, man, she just forgot about me, right? So I see her, and I see her going down, and she turns, and I noticed she didn't turn to on our block, she turns onto Josiah's block, you know, and I knew the moment she was born, we held her in our arms. We were like, thank the Lord for her. And we're like, wow, this is incredible, another girl. And then we look closer, we're like, wow, this is incredible, another redhead. I knew then that there would be a day, you know, out there somewheres that she would take another man's name. And then those two would become one. And you know, Josiah, I gotta be honest, my wife has prayed for you for years and years. So, back to the dream, right? So like, I'm still trying to catch up to him. And Josiah gets in, they go to the end of the block, and she revs up the airplane and starts taking off. And like, I don't think you can do that, you know. I think you have to be in an airport. But she does that, right? And I see him fly, and I like kind of motor down that mini bike, and I look in the sky. And you know, as parents, you guys, we could be thinking at this moment a lot of different thoughts, right? But literally, and this is the part I love about the dream. Only thing I think of is, wow, look at him fly. So, with everyone, we'll raise a glass, squint into the sun, and smile, and think, wow, look at him fly. To Josiah and Abby.
So Josiah had a 5-year plan.
Right, yep.
Graduate college, 5 years, and then he'd get married. And he had his heels dug in. He's one of those guys that works on Josiah's time. And I'm sure that scoutmasters and grandparents and aunts and uncles know that it's Josiah time. Well, all of a sudden, Josiah gets tricked into a blind date. And he was mad. Oh, he was mad. And I'm not sure how Stephen and Morgan pulled it off, but they did, and they got Josiah to go to this blind date. And I said, Josiah, was she cute? But yeah. And it started me thinking, Because that wasn't the end of things, that was the very beginning. So the next thing you know, there's a little more communication between these two and this young lady that we finally got to meet. And you realize that the way she looks at Josiah, she was stealing his heart. And all of a sudden, Josiah time wasn't Josiah time anymore. It was God's time. Because I said, Josiah, do you see yourself without her? And the answer was no, he didn't. I said, then there's really only one thing you need to do. You have to pursue her. And Josiah, obviously, as you heard the music played as we marched in, is big into epics. And, you know, this is an epic love story that doesn't end today. This is really the beginning, guys. And I know that God's got huge, huge plans for you. So, as you take this first step as husband and wife, and this adventure's laid out before you, and to borrow another line from another epic story, he's not a tame lion, but he's good. And I know that the God that created this universe and placed the love in your hearts for each other has a wild adventure for you. So, if you'll raise your glasses, Josiah and Abby, one step at a time, just keep seeking it. And you won't be misled, and you won't be disappointed. Amen.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to the father of the groom, Tim. Let's give him a round.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I'm the bride's sister.
Oh my god, this is so hard. Sorry. She looks so beautiful tonight. Especially your makeup.
Great.
When Abby loves you. I'm sorry, guys. When Abby loves you, you know it. You feel it. Her love spills out all over the place. She calls you multiple times a day to talk about absolutely nothing. She always wants to hug and cuddle and hold hands. And her hugs are always 30 seconds way too long. Always. And she never lets go. But seeing Abby and Josiah now together, I see the best version of my sister. I see her love and happiness filling out all over the place these days because of Josiah. I've never seen her this genuinely happy before. And I know it's all because of him. Josiah, you truly are Abby's rock, and you balance her out in the best of ways. But more importantly, I see how much you love her. But not only do I see his love, I see him thinking of their future, and he acts accordingly. He is always there to take care of her, to protect her, and bring a smile to her face. When she said in her vows that he stops and makes her compassionate when she is rash, that is so true. As her overprotective big sister, It takes a lot for me to entrust somebody else with my baby sister's heart. A lot. But I have complete faith in her, Josiah, that you will love and support Abby as much as she will, I know, love and support you. I wish you two a lifetime of happiness and overwhelming love Congratulations.
Okay, next I'm gonna hand it over to your best man, Steven. Here he is. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Hello everyone. First off, I want to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate this awesome moment with Josiah and Abby. Thank everyone for coming out to celebrate this moment with Abby and Josiah. I want to thank you and Monica and Amy and Joe and just for putting this all together and just the stress and the frustration and all that planning that goes into such a big special day. So I want to thank them for just not only doing a great job with this wedding, but also for raising two awesome kids that I call my best friends. I've known Josiah. I'm also really excited to give this speech because not only have I known Josiah for about 4 years, I've also known Abby for a long time as well. And so it's really excited to be able to give this speech for two of your best friends. And I can tell tons of stories about Josiah and us back when we were in college, but I don't want to speak too long about that. But I can tell tons of stories about Nerf battles and watching Star Wars together. But one of my favorite moments with Josiah was actually our first week in college. We'd gone to the cafeteria and they were serving meatloaf that night. So we walked up and got our meatloaf and started to dig into it. And I'm eating it and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. Like, it's not bad for college food. And I would go over to Josiah and I'm like, hey, what do you think about the meatloaf? And he shrugged his shoulders and he's like, it's okay, but it's not my mom's. So right then I was like, man, like whoever Josiah ends up with, she's got some high standards. But little did I know, after I got to know Abby, I found out that she is a fantastic cook and also a fantastic baker. And I found that out because she used to make, there's two of us, she used to make us cookies, all kinds of stuff. And I just thought it was because she wanted to be a good friend. But little did I know, she was trying to get to Josiah's heart. She was baking me stuff to give to Josiah in hopes that she could, show off her baking skills. And from that moment on, I knew that they were perfect for each other. But on a more serious note, there's other things I could talk about that show why I think they're perfect together. In the case of Abby, just some things I've seen from her is that she's willing to do things that Josiah likes. For example, she just played Star Wars as she entered in. You know, name a woman that wants to have Star Wars played at her wedding? That's crazy. And so the fact that she's willing to do something that she may not necessarily like, but it makes Josiah happy. That's just so amazing to see in a couple. And for Josiah, I see just his ability to be so patient and loving. I know that just his patience and sensitivity has been just a blessing to Abby and just everything that goes on with her life and her job. I say all these things just to remind you guys that those values that you guys had when you guys were dating and engaged, to pursue those same values in marriage. I know that marriage can be tough, it can be hard, and it can be easy to forget those things that you guys did when you guys were dating. But I want to remind you guys to continue to do that for each other, and to continue to show love for each other. My prayer for you is that you guys love each other well each and every day to find out new ways how to love each other, and also that you guys would continue to love Christ and push each other towards Christ each and every day. Congratulations. I love you guys both. Thank you.
I did not tell me I was going to go last until like 10 minutes ago. So that's awesome. I'm probably going to cry through all this, so what's really important is that you guys hear what I'm saying. So if you need clarification, let me know. I just want to start with Abby. I can't express the excitement and joy that I have for you and JoJo today. A couple of years ago, I was laying in my bed and I did this really weird thing where I had to have like a fort because I felt like it separated me from everyone, and so I was laying in my fort bed. And Abby just called in with me and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you know I need to be alone right now. And she's like, hey, I just want you to know, like, I'm giving you 100%. And you've never failed to do that since that day and before. I once read that there are certain people that inhabit a small, quiet space inside your heart, despite any circumstance happening or situation, and they leave a piece of themselves when your souls collide upon impact, and then they'll always remain. Over the years, in times of my biggest impact, you have shown me the love of Christ and dedicated so much to me in our friendship, even when I didn't deserve it. You constantly push me to see the best in every person, every situation, every circumstance, and every relationship. Because of this, I know that you will give Josiah 100%. You will constantly push him towards Christ, remind him of his worth, allow him to lead you, and find the best in every situation and impact his life greatly by just being present. It's hard to come across friends like you, so thank you for allowing me to support you and love you and stand by you today. JoJo. Boy, how our relationship has changed over the years. It started with Stephen and I awkwardly deciding that we were yours and Abby's parents and that you guys were playing his brother and sister role in our little family. And then we were pushing you guys to date. And then I was super confused when you guys actually did want to date, and here we are, you're married. I cannot deny that I was afraid of your pursuit of Abby because I knew that she deserved the absolute best and wanted her heart to be protected. You have never once fallen short of doing just that. You have loved and pursued her the way that Christ had intended. You remind her of her worth and you protected her heart. I can't even see my perfect thought. And you think you have. And you have vowed to show her Christ's love daily, and for that I'm so thankful. To conclude, I will say that marriage is one of the most challenging but also rewarding things that I've ever experienced. There is nothing better than waking up to the person who God so perfectly created for you and pursuing his heart together. Remember to always say I'm sorry, always put each other second, and always find ways to adventure together and make the most of each experience and day. I love you both, and I pray that your marriage will be nothing short of the goodness that God has set in place for you.
Let's give another big round of applause for everyone who said a few words.
You know, it seemed like only yesterday that your mom and dad stood before me and said I do. And it seemed like only yesterday that I watched you and your brother and sister grow. You have their contagious heart, both of you. I don't know anybody you don't love. You pick up strays. You love horses. I just have totally been amazed watching your mom and dad's love for Christ shine so. And I had a prayer in my quiet time this morning, one single prayer that I would get through that service without bawling. I can say it now. You are so gorgeous. And you just shine. You're so handsome, Josiah. And Emily's right. You gush happiness. And I loved your dad's toast. I'd like to tell him, I think you need to rethink and give up pizza before going to bed. I'd like the joy of praying for you one more time. Jesus, long ago, the feast of a wedding when friends and family gathered, you worked your first miracle, and you transformed the ordinary, and frankly the dishwater, into this wonderful wine. The story would be written, and it would be told at weddings for 2 millennia. And I say it again tonight, Lord. Please, on this occasion, work your fresh miracle in the lives of our 2 friends. And bless us as we gather around these tables and spend this time in each other's presence. Remind us that we're also in yours. Thank you for this food. Thank you for all that brings us to this moment. And thank you for your love. It's in your mighty name we pray. Amen.